Welcome to Subramani. Please subscribe. Please hit the bell icon. I'm sitting nicely in a friend's house, which is his vacation home, which set me thinking that should people buy a vacation home and what are the pros and cons. So first of all, buying a nice vacation home is expensive. So the question to ask is, can you afford it? Do you want an EMI to buy it? Maybe you can afford to pay cash, but you still prefer paying an EMI because you think that money can be used better. So you paying through an EMI even though you can afford to pay outright, or you are paying an EMI because you cannot afford to buy it. Both options are available. The questions to ask is, how often will you go? Will you spend 100 days in a year there, or will you not? Maybe your brother, sister, family, friends, parents, I'm including all of them. Will they spend 100, 200 days there? That's a good question to ask. Then the question is also, will you buy it and give it out on rent? That is the other possibility, that you buy a good place, give it out on rent for use it as an Airbnb, which means you have to have somebody staying there as a caretaker, right? So that is also important. Or you decide, I don't need to do an Airbnb or anything like that, I will use it, my friends will use it, so we will use it for 100 days, 200 days in a year, whatever. So there are pluses and minuses. So the question to ask is, can you afford to buy it outright? Then the answer is much easier than taking into account the EMI, etc. Do you understand what will be the taxes and insurance and other incidental expenses in maintaining it, right? That's also important, because if you buy it, is not enough. There will be huge running expenses. It's like buying a car. It's not like buying a camera. You may have to hire somebody to look after it, unless if you're part of a gated community, then maybe it is little easier to have it maintained. But if you're not part of a gated community, it is extremely difficult and politically almost unwise to buy in a place where you don't have enough roots, right? So maybe you're buying it to build your roots, but if you don't have roots, somebody could just walk in and say, we have this program and you need to donate, and you will not have too much of a choice. Think about all those things. Think about how often will you really come. Think about whether your children will use it, whether your how much you're going to spend on furnishing the place, how much you're going to spend on the caretaker, how good you want it to look. Is it just a shack where you go and let's say you have it in Neral near Bombay, and it is just meant for you to go park yourself there for some time and then go to Matheran? Or are you going to buy in Matheran so that you can go and live there, right? So look for all those things, whatever you are going to do. See whether you can afford it without a worry, or will it worry you. How many of your friends will go and use it? Will you charge them? Will they compensate you, right? Look for all those things before you buy. There are other alternatives available. You could go to a Mahindra Holiday Resort or a Thomas Cook and buy timeshare, because there you get a choice of where you want to go. You can transfer it. Let's say you buy it for Kodaikanal. You can also use it for going to Munnar. You can go to many other places by saying, I want to go there from this day to this day. I'm not saying the two are comparable. You cannot, but it is technically comparable. If you buy a corporate membership, you can keep saying, so and so is my consultant, so and so is my employee, so he's coming and staying there. You can do that. You can give it to your friends and relatives and things like that. It may be much more difficult to do it with a timeshare, but it is possible, definitely possible, if you have a good house in a good location, to give your friends and to use it. Even give it to maybe some government servants when they want, in case it's a business need. So find out whether it is a business need, it's a pure personal need, how much you're going to use it, whether you can afford it. When you're buying it, also consider the running expenses, the insurance, whether you will have to take some more additional insurance if you're paying a mortgage, right? Consider all these things and then take a decision whether you want to buy a vacation house or no. If you are buying it outright, I think it's better, and if your current income is enough to pay for all this without batting an eyelid, it can't be too bad a decision. But if you're going to borrow and things like that, then think again. Maybe a timeshare is a better bet. The outlay is lesser. it's already paid for maintenance, etc. So that may be a better option. Thank you.